Hey guys, it is Wednesdays with Chasey Poo, and I know I've made like 5 videos with no shirts on, but I did get my nipple pierced, which I didn't talk about in any of my videos, so sorry. But yeah, so my nipple was pierced, and I don't really want to put a shirt on right now because I put like the saline on it and I just want to let it dry. But today is one of my favorite topics to talk about, and I know that that's really weird, but I really like topics that kind of like get my juices flowing and kind of make me rethink a lot of things in my life and try to understand the way my brain works and the way society has taught me to make my brain work in a fucked up way. So today we're talking about internalized transphobia. This is something that I suffer from, and I hate it. I hate that I suffer from internalized transphobia, but honestly, I have started to learn to understand why I'm so transphobic internally. So I think if we kind of like bring it back to what am I transphobic or internalized transphobia, whatever about, I think it's mostly like I think, and I'm just gonna say, like, disclaimer, all these things that I'm thinking are fucked up and I shouldn't be thinking them, okay? I think a lot about kids who come out at a very young age, like 4 years old and 6 and 7 and 10, and they come out as trans and their parents just accept them and with open arms, and honestly that's amazing. It makes me cry. I see these trans kids, I literally at the conference I start crying in front of them. Like, it's so brave, it's so amazing that they're able to do that, and it's so amazing that their parents accept them. But then my mind like switches it around and be like, but how can your parents accept you? Like, it's almost like I'm expecting parents to like reject you, and it's so sad that my brain automatically goes like that, but it's almost like in my head it's like being trans is not right, so there's no way that parents should accept that. I don't know. And then I think another big issue that I have is that I feel like, and I don't understand how people can accept us. I don't understand how the world can let us transition, and how all of these surgeries are readily available for us if we need them and if we have the money and if we have therapy. And it's just such a weird concept that like trans is a thing, which is so fucked up for me to think about because I'm trans and it's a thing. And it just hurts me to think these things, but I feel like maybe it was all in my childhood. I never knew trans men existed, but I knew that men dressed up as women, and I knew that that was a bad thing and you shouldn't do that. So I think that since that was kind of pushed up on me, and they always laughed at a man in a dress or a trans person, so I feel like when I was a kid and I told everyone I was a boy, it was like, ha ha ha, no you're not, we'll never accept that. That was so internalized, and still is to this day. I am almost 26 years old, and it is still a thing for me to think that being trans is not accepted, which is, I don't like thinking like that. I make I make videos like 5 times a week for all of YouTube, and and I feel like it's so problematic for me to be like, people shouldn't accept it, but I make videos where I say, people, you need to accept it. We're just normal people. We're just doing our life. I'm not just a trans person. I'm also a student. I also work at a running store. I'm a runner. I have cats. I love the puss. The cats, calm your tit. I don't know. I feel like I wish that I understood how to remove these thoughts from my mind. But maybe it helps me in making the videos that I make, because it informs me on how the other side thinks. We always think like, because we all live in this like weirdo liberal bubble, okay? I'm gonna give the example of Donald Trump right now, because I live in a liberal bubble where everyone that I know in America and in Canada have had or would have never voted for Trump if they had the opportunity. I don't have anyone on my Facebook, maybe one or two people that are Canadian who are for Trump, which I don't even know anyways. And I guess I live in this bubble where I didn't understand why the hell he got elected, because everyone that I'm associated with was for Hillary or was for the Democratic Party or is very liberal. So it was very weird to see that. And I think that that's the same thing, because I've always wanted to I just want to understand a Trump supporter. I want to talk to someone. I want to understand why they think this is okay. So I'm always like that. No matter what, I'm trying to be objective, I guess, in everything that happens. Like, I know that it's wrong, but I just want to understand. So maybe it's good that I think about all these things that are horrible about trans people, because I'm trans and I'm liberal and I know it's okay, but I also want to understand what transphobic people think and why it's disgusting. So maybe because I have that view and I'm able to kind of like make my videos a certain way, I don't know. I don't think I'm onto something. I think it's really fucked up the way that I think, and I don't like it, but it is one of my favorite things to talk about, because I know that the more that I talk about it, the more it goes away, and the less thoughts like this that I have, because I know it's right. I know it's okay to be trans. I support everyone in this community. I support myself. I wouldn't have transitioned if I thought it was bad, you know? Like, it's not something that just came to my mind one day. I'm like, oh, maybe I should do this. No, I know this is me, and I know this is who I was supposed to be. And I know that this is who a lot of people are supposed to be, and that's why the people are trans and people transition and all this stuff. But I think that it makes my mind work, and sometimes I feel like my brain doesn't work, and we're just kind of like, we do what we're told in society. And it's interesting to see that my mind is still has all these weirdo thoughts, and I don't like these thoughts, but there you go. Beauty made a noise. Thanks a lot, Beauty. She doesn't like having those thoughts either. You eater, you want to see Beauty before we go? This is the Beauty. Beauty, get away from my nipple, please. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry if this was weird. If you have any internalized transphobia, or if you don't understand, or you experience any of these thoughts, please let me know. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.